In this high-level tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a double opt-in system that's a little bit different from what other people have shown in their videos. I've been looking out there for tutorials on how to do this, and everyone seems to do the same thing where they create two automations, one that tags the user, and then another one that's based off of getting that tag, and a trigger link triggers the second automation. And while that works, it's not global because any opt-in that the user does in the future, they'd have to go through that process again, and that doesn't make any sense. And once they've opted in, you want them to stay opted in. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I use for my lead magnets that essentially in my automations runs a check at the very beginning to see if they've been double opted in the past. And then if they have, it just proceeds on with fulfilling the lead magnet or whatever the opt-in scenario might be. And if they haven't been double opted in, then it's going to, regardless of which automation they enter into, double opt them in. So if you like the sound of that and you like the idea of a global double opt-in basically being added to each of your automations, well, then this is the tutorial for you. To get started, we need to go to marketing, and then we need to create a trigger link. Our trigger link is going to be our double opt-in link. I already have mine created here. Essentially, all you need to do is give it a name. I called mine double opt-in. The trigger link needs to go somewhere. This can be to your website. It can be to a funnel step in HighLevel. It can be to a HighLevel or WordPress website. Wherever you want to send people, this is where they go once they've confirmed they are double opted in. So now we need to come into our automations. I'm going to use an example that I have here of an automation that would have been triggered by an inbound webhook. I like to use ConvertBox for my lead segmentation, and I'm going to pretend that this would be just a normal lead form that would send an email with a lead magnet, whatever it is, delivered to the user or give them access to something, whatever that might be. So we get started with our inbound webhook like normal. So this is just your normal run-of-the-mill, create a contact from your webhook. So now we're going to go in and we're going to add an if-else, and our if-else is going to be the basis for our double opt-in. So our first branch would be has double opted in. This is our positive version, right? So this means they have already gone through this process at some point in time. So we're going to look for the tag and we're going to say, do they have the tag double opt-in? If they do have the tag double opt-in, hashtag double opt-in, then what we're going to do is we're going to proceed with this lead magnet like normal. This would be your normal, what you would have already built or would build in your automation to send them an email that says, here's your lead magnet or whatever you might be fulfilling. Now, the secondary condition here just simply indicates they have not double opted in yet. We could add a tag and then remove the tag about not double opting in, but we don't really need to in this setup. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to send them an email. And our email is just going to be our double opt-in email. You can put a subject, whatever you want. You can make this say whatever you want. Hi, Doug. Thanks for signing up. Can you confirm your email before we proceed? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever you add in here, you need to have a email confirmation link. And that's going to be that trigger link that we made at the very beginning. And we're not going to go to this trigger link here. Instead, we're just going to go to this add link to this text. And our URL is going to be, click this little tag right here. That's going to be our double opt-in link added, and our action can be, new window, same window, doesn't matter. So there's their confirm your email link. Whatever else you want to do to this email to spice it up, you can do it. Okay, so there's the email that goes out that says, please confirm your email. Upon their email being confirmed, now we need to set a goal here. And our goal event is going to be that they have clicked on that trigger link. So we're going to come down here and say, click to trigger link. And the trigger link is our double opt-in link. And if the contact reaches this goal without meeting its conditions, what do we want to do? We want to wait until this goal is met. So we'll click Save Action. And now, if they don't have the tag double opt-in, then they've been sent an email that says, please opt in. Now we have our goal. And our goal says, well, we're going to wait until they click that link and they can't proceed. After they click that link, we are going to proceed them through and we're going to tag them. And I bet you can guess which tag we're going to add. We're going to add the double opt-in tag. Having this tag now means that they can proceed through this process. So now that they've fulfilled this step, we still want them to process through this step here. So we're going to use a go-to, but we need to add something for them to go to first. So let's pretend that this lead magnet was going to send them an email with a link to something that we've stored in like a PDF or something. So we're going to send them an email as if we're fulfilling that lead magnet. And we'll just put fulfillment in our subject line. You can write this email however you want. There is our email that fulfills our lead magnet. So we've met our obligation. They signed up. They were double opted in. Maybe from a previous one, they got their email. If they went through this double opt-in sequence here, then what we're going to do is we're just going to add a go-to, and we're going to click Save Action. And now we're just going to select this step right here. So what happens here? If they did not have the double opt-in tag, we sent them an email asking them to. We waited until they clicked on that trigger link to confirm it. We proceeded to tagging them with double opted in, and then we said, you know what, now that you've done that, go ahead and get your lead magnet that you signed up for. So now what we do is we go and we create our second workflow. We set it up just like this. What happens if they want to get our second PDF? Well, they're not going to have to go through this double opt-in process again. They're just simply going to go through this. It's going to reach this condition. Do they have the double opt-in tag? Yes, because they got it from another workflow, and it's going to say, great, you can proceed to get your lead magnet that you signed up for. All right, that's my little workaround for how you can set up double opt-in within your lead magnets in order to solve for the problem of the user having to double opt-in every single time they fill out a form or try to download a lead magnet from you when you give them their email. The system needs to check if they were double opted in. And again, I even went onto HighLevel's official website, and every tutorial they have shows you a way that would force a user to double opt in every single time. And this method solves for that. Now, I do wish that HighLevel would in the future add a double opt-in feature just native to the platform, where if the user has not double opted in through a separate mechanism that I think should be an official mechanism in HighLevel, then the user's automations would all be paused, or whatever they were doing would be paused until they opted in, and then it would just naturally continue for them. Or maybe they could add a step, an action within an automation that says, make sure they double opt in, and then at that point, continue them on. But until they do that, you're going to need this, again, let's put myself in a pip here. You're going to need this little condition to make sure that they have. But it solves for a lot of problems, especially if you require double opt-in, or you want to use double opt-in to ensure that you actually have a real person's email address. If this tutorial was helpful to you, I've got several more inside of my HighLevel tutorial playlist that I'll link down below.